Here we go. We are underway. C-Class up next after that 45 plus. Yeah, Jimmy Jarrett, come on. Treat the family to some ice cream. Maybe even yourself. You've earned it at this point. Thanks, Kevin Kelly, down there. 250C Limited is up next. Deegan Gale grabbing your whole shot. And the award will come his way via Stasic as we watch his first lap. First moto winner was Ashton Aruda. Second was Sage Powers, and Corey Olotson was third. Deegan Gale on that 31 with that whole shot finished up in ninth in the first moto. And they're into the storyline. They have exited the 10 Commandments. Now we pick up the leaders. 250C Limited, never know what you're going to get from this class. These are going to be riders that are racing Lorettas for the first time. So not much scouting as far as knowing who the favorites are. Some people probably know what the results were at the area and regional qualifiers. That's about it. But otherwise, a lot of unknowns here. How will it play out? I think I just saw Gale, our rider who grabbed the Stasic hole shot, maybe back in the number 2 spot now. And it's the Honda man back out front. And now they're back in our sights as they close toward the announcer's tower.
Making their way through, going to have a completed lap number 1. We'll get our eyes on these caps. What caps? They're barely there. Good battle out front, three-way battle. Again, like we said, crediting Deegan Gale with the Stasic hole shot, that number 31 Husqvarna. Ryder Bell, that number 40 Honda out in front. Leading that good fight with Sage Powers in the second place spot. Adrian Mayo in third place. Deegan Gale in the number 4 spot after snagging the whole shot. And Ashton Aruda rounding out the top 5.
Yeah, Sage Powers was on the podium in Moto 1, so he's in a good spot. I believe it was Aruda, your first Moto win. Yes, it was. So he is in 5th. See if he can make some moves as we move into the second lap. Ryder Bell going to win this Moto on the number 40. And you can see the rundown left side of your screen. Powers. Oh, these positions are so critical. Let's see if Powers can maintain this second place spot. And into the 10 Commandments we go. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Our leader Bell has gone down. So Powers in the 76, that white Husqvarna, is going to move into the lead. Well, that's what Stu Baylor was saying. That's a corner where you can cost yourself big time, and it did to the number 40 of Bell. And he's got 34 of Adrian Mayo right in front of him. They're battling in Storyland. Tough break there.
Yeah, definitely. These guys, I mean, this is C-Class racing, and it's nothing against their riding ability. Yeah, there's still a lot of young riders trying to figure out their ability, and that's kind of what you see, a lot of rookie mistakes and just overcharging corners. I ride with a lot of C-Class motocrossers, and there's some wicked fast C guys, but they don't know when to slow down, and coming to races like this, these big races, really filter that out. And the biggest thing is the takeaways from whenever you make it to the ranch, and you can actually see, how do I stack up against some of the best guys, and not only the nation but the world coming to this event.
Yeah, and again, they don't really even know who they're going to be competing against. The other classes, these guys have raced each other for a long time. They probably are like, okay, if I want to win this title, I'm going to have to battle this guy, this guy, this guy.
Yeah,
These dudes, they don't know anything.
Yeah, you've got to think like pro sport. Like we knew the guys that were going to be competitive in pro sport before they showed up. And in the C class, it could be anything. I mean, a lot of these guys can make major improvements in a matter of weeks. You know, I see a lot of kids that I know Matt Walker harped on it some last year, where he had kids that couldn't even, just barely made it through their regionals. They come to Loretta's after training with him, whatever, you know, doing his camps. They come here and they're top 5 guys. So
yeah,
you know, a lot of times in that C class, you see guys that you never expected to be winning.
Yep, exactly, and even they don't know what to expect. 31 of Deegan Gale got the Stasic hole shot, made a mistake. He's climbed back up to second, and now he's putting pressure on Sage Powers for the lead. That's the battle you're watching on your screen right now. There he is down to the inside. Deegan Gale on the 31, coming out of Washington, Utah. Washington, Utah, not Utah, Washington. And the 76 Sage Powers out of Murrieta, California, leading the way. Now it's wheel to wheel.
And we might have a pass on this one. I got to say, of all the classes to watch race, though, the C class, these guys absolutely hang it out. Like, they don't care where the track's going. They're just holding home. They're going to make it stick. They're going to give it everything they got. And, you know, the intensity level, I feel like the intensity these guys ride with is probably higher than just about any class out here.
Well, I'll tell you, generally when I do these podium interviews, they are the most tired out of any class we see on the podium. Again, they're probably not doing the full training load, you know, for years like most other classes. These are relatively new riders. But also, yeah, you watch them ride. Energy efficiency, not really at the top of the priority list. Just twist it and hold on.
They're not pre-planning these lines. I mean, obviously, you know, there's some thought that goes into where they want to be on the track.
Yeah.
But if they miss a mark by an inch, it's not like they miss it by a mile. Where when you get in the pro sport classes, they miss an inch. They miss it by an inch, and it literally changes the way that they enter a corner to the point that they give up a half second or more. And these guys are a little bit looser on that, but nonetheless, it's some of the best racing, most high intensity that you can see at any races.
Oh yeah, this is fun to watch. Deegan Gale, give you an example. He had the lead, lost it. He's now coming back at Sage Powers, try to get the #1 spot. Ryder Bell, 3rd. Ashton Arruda, your first moto winner, is 4th. Adrian Mayo, 5th. Parker Dickinson, 6th. Corey Altazin is 7th. Marshall Bussey. Oh no!
Oh, he got out of that about as good as he could. Yeah, hopefully he'll be able to recover some of those positions, but the way that he downsided that with his body, it could have been much, much worse.
That was Sage Powers down, and he's got to collect himself. He does. He's back on the track, but that was your race leader.
Was just about to start singing his praises because Deegan Gale had the fastest lap time up to that point, and Sage Powers answered back to keep him behind him with a 2:01.963, but tough break for him.
So now it's going to look like Deegan Gale, if he holds on, led it from start to finish, because he did get the whole shot, but no, he had to deal with his own adversity as well. Gets the lead back now, with Powers crashing. And you just see how rough that is through that sand, and they're just slamming those bumps. Yeah, another thing, you mentioned, we were talking even off, Mike, about testing. I mean, it's not like the C riders, they're all new to it. It's not like they have these carefully perfected bike setups with testing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these guys they get to run in the middle stuff. I mean, it's hard for a C rider to go and get a full day of any suspension guy's time. So, you know, for these guys to come here, their bikes aren't going to be quite as dialed in. They've got to work for it a little bit harder than the rest of the guys to try to get here. But wow, you can see his bike is handling that.
That was impressive right there.
That's the pro lines there. That's I don't think you normally see that in the C class. The Brownie line is coming into play. Hell, next we're going to see a 65 rider doing these lines. So that was definitely wicked. But no, these guys don't get the track time that the pros do. And another thing, they haven't spent enough time out here at speed. They're still learning what makes them comfortable to relay messages to a suspension guy. This is what I need. Is it softer or stiffer? A lot of these guys couldn't tell you, but you know, you can see some of these guys obviously our new race leader.
Deegan Gale, he's got it.
His bike is working very well. He's got everything figured out, and a lot of these top C riders are getting to that point where they've got their goals set. They can start to relay messages, but testing is a huge part that kind of comes, I feel like it starts in motocross around the B class, and off-road it's more towards the A class, but that's that next step where when you look at the Ryder D's, the Braswells, even the Cochranes, like these guys are taking it to that next level with their testing.
You're watching Ashton Arruda on the 18. He has taken over 3rd. Remember that Sage Powers went down. That's your first moto winner there, Arruda, that you're watching on the 18. In 3rd, Ryder Bell, who had a crash, he's recovered. He is in 2nd. The 31 of Deegan Gale looks incredible now, but he is 9th in the first moto. So the title would be very difficult for him. And Adrian Mayo on the 34. That's who we're seeing there. That's who Ashton Aruda got around to take that 3rd spot away. Parker Dickinson is 5th.
And Sage Powers has actually made it back to that 6th place position after that gnarly get off. So
Dude, right?
That's definitely good. I mean, I'm sure that bike is twisted and torqued all over the place. So to be able to come back and recoup from that, that's impressive at this level of racing. And you know, I mean, I guess I say that these kids have put everything they had for the last few months to make sure that they made it to the ranch. And when they get here, there's no giving up. They've got to give it everything they got, and no different than their parents did to get them here.
Yeah, it's the National, man. They're leaving it all out there. Corey Altazin is 7th. Marshall Bussey 8th. Well, he was. He actually got past Bradley Sharma is now 8th. Brandon Lynch 9th, and Marshall Bussey is top 10. And 2-lap card is out. These are 15-minute motos in the C division. And that top 10 rundown brought to you by the folks at Stasic. It's the Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Championship at Loretta Lynn Ranch. 41 years deep with this thing. Started in 1982.
Hey guys, real quick, we got a black Dodge dually parked across from the Air Force. Got a Tempe, Arizona plate on it. Again, if you are in a black Dodge dually, parked right across from our Air Force booth out of Tempe, Arizona, that needs to be moved immediately.
Well, if you don't move that truck, you park in front of the Air Force. They have ways. They have ways of getting rid of that truck if they need to. We don't want to have to resort to that, but you don't want to double park in front of the Air Force unit. They have their ways of moving your vehicle
That's right.
if it's needed. Yep. That's stealth bombers all of a sudden come strafing down for that Dodge. Yep. I don't care if you
It's
guys
gone.
Not going to matter. Deegan Gale headed toward the white flag here in 250C Limited. Nope, 2 laps to go. We went one step ahead each time. I can't believe that. He's doing that Mike Brown leap over the tunnel. So explain what they're doing. They're actually jumping before they get to the tunnel, essentially.
Yeah, so they're not jumping before they get to the tunnel. They're going way over the landing to a braking bump that formed down the backside of the landing.
They're just jumping further.
They're jumping further, but it's completely blind. If you stand on the front side of that, there's no way you can gauge it visibly.
Yep.
You know, you miss it by a foot, you can possibly swap, push the front end. It's a very tricky line, even for a top rider. I mean, it's one of those things that you've got to put yourself in the right position on the track to do it. The exact speed every single time, and to see C riders do this, I mean, it's really impressive. Like the level of the sport is just so high right now.
Yeah, they've definitely stepped up. Some good riding here from Deegan Gale, Ryder Bell, 2nd, and Ashton Aruda still in good championship position. He'd have a 1-3 if it ends like this. Parker Dickinson is 4th, Sage Powers 5th. Altazin is 6th, Adrian Mayo 7th, Bradley Sharma 8th, Brandon Lynch 9th, Marshall Bussey is 10th. You still slinging shirts down there? Up for grabs at Racer X? How we doing on business there, Mega? 7:30 tomorrow morning, so closed for now, but open again tomorrow. Check out the latest line of Racer X merch right not too far from that big monster spectator area next to our announcer's tower. I don't know what, they probably got a cooler name for it than what I just came up with. But then I realized that there's a monster area there and there on both sides of our tower. Yeah, it's straight ahead. And the infield, yeah, you name it. But check out our Racer X trailer. Thanks to the Watson family for family truckstering that thing down here. And we got a lot of cool merch. I hadn't even seen a lot of that stuff in person yet, so I was like, yeah, that looks pretty good. Good job, guys. I do a lot of things at Racer X, but one of the things I stay out of is the annual, hey, here's what we're thinking for t-shirts, because suddenly, all year long, no one volunteers for anything extra, but when it comes time to suggest t-shirts, everybody's an artist, everybody's a fashionista, everybody weighs in. I'm like, you don't need the 28th opinion on the t-shirt line. You guys can hack it. You don't need to worry about me.
It's the one with the Moto van for me. I think Mega had that one on the other day. That one's pretty solid.
Nice.
I don't know who designed it, but kudos.
Absolutely. I'm here till Saturday, so make sure you look me up.
There you go.
I'm a big guy, so XL. So no, I'll trade it off for all of this announcing. I've already traded off a campsite. Like I'm really growing the list here. Sooner or later, you guys are gonna have to charge me for something.
Yeah, we're gonna have to kick him out. He's accruing too many hours.
It really,
Yeah.
it's getting to the point that I might break the piggy bank. So yeah, but absolutely, get me in one of those shirts. I love the way they look. You guys do an awesome job over there.
As long as we keep Stu Baylor under 40 hours, we cannot afford time and a half with you,
Oh
dude.
man, I'm telling you what. Or my insurance. Could you imagine my medical
Lord.
Yeah,
insurance?
if you become
Wow.
full time. No, we're $10.99 on you for this one, pal.
You know what? That was Stu was saying earlier. You know, I think we just interviewed me more than you, Mikey, from back in the youth days. And I didn't get a chance, but my rebuttal to that is, my God, Stu, if you'd stop getting hurt, maybe I will have interviewed you as much as Weege, okay?
I'm gonna have to work on that one. I've really got to fix that. That's definitely a problem here lately. So I've got to figure out how to keep my head above the bike.
But hey, who interviewed you for your first XC1 win?
It would have been the early days, Mike.
My first race, Big Buck 2017, right?
2017 Big Buck.
And,
and I believe you got to interview my brother at the same track.
Yeah, bingo, which was pretty cool. Everybody tells me, I said, all right, is it going to be the Caleb Russell show? Let's focus on this race. Checker flag out. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Deegan Gale gets it. We were singing his praises.
Yep.
Great form, great style, big win by about 7 seconds over Ryder Bell, who finishes up in second. I'll let you tell your story. Go ahead.
No, but I said, all right, so I just go interview Caleb Russell, right? I mean, that's the guy.
Oh, that's
everybody
the
says,
race you
everybody says, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, that's your guy. And then I get thrown a wrench in the gear as a young punk kid comes out and gets the W in the hometown.
There you go.
I had to put on a show. That's actually one of my least favorite tracks. Now, obviously, it's definitely the bottom of my list now that it broke my neck. But yeah, look at those results. Gale, who was doing that brownie line. I mean, he was actually going 3 through the commandment. So a lot of the C classes have not been. These guys were really on it. They were pushing hard and taking it to that next level. And really good racing early on. Obviously, we had an issue with powers going down, but to bounce back to 5th place after that, that's very impressive.
Ryder Bell second out of Haiku, Hawaii. Wow, has to keep it to like a certain amount of letters.
I see what you did there.
For the Hawaii. Ashton Aruda finishes up in third. He was your first Moto winner, so looking good for a title. And not looking good is Kevin Kelly. Let's send it down to the podium.
Let's go ahead and see if we can get some of these guys up to the podium. If we can get our third place finisher, Ashton Aruda. Ashton, are you in the house, my man? They came blazing in here, threw that bike right up on the stand. I watched him toss it up there, did the hip toss himself. Ashton, you don't even look tired, man. Fitness was in the house right here. Come on up here, Ashton. Barely sweating. You did some work out there, huh? Come on around here, man. Talk about that moto. How's this for a finish?
Really good. I got off to a great hole shot. Try to keep my pace, but man, it was so hard out there. I don't think I could have one more lap.
Well, good thing the checker flag came out when it did, huh? So 1-3 moto scores. You are definitely in the hunt here.
Great.
All right, okay. Anything else?
I'd like to thank my mom, my whole family, Tech Service Racing, DC3 Suspension, FXR Gear, EKS Goggles, 60 Helmets, AP Construction, Distinctive Auto Body, Dunlop, Ava, and that's about it.
Congratulations. 1-3 scores. What's the plan going forward here? You're going to win this thing out?
Hopefully I can get a whole shot and just check out, but it doesn't look like that.
Keep your head up, man. You're in the mix here. 1-3 scores. Let's hear it for Ashton Aruda. Second place finisher. How about it? Let's say hello to the number 40 of Ryder Bell. Ryder Bell was just up here a while ago. These guys are tired. Doesn't get any easier, does it, Ryder? Track is rough. It's getting hot, but they did kind of smooth it out for you, though, so it wasn't too bad, right? Come on over. He laughs at me like, bro, it ain't smooth. That beach is not smooth.
Yeah, actually, I felt good right there. That's the only place I started. I watched the other motos, and I was like, oh, maybe I should try that. And I kind of felt good right there, but then after that fall over crash thing, that wasted all my energy trying to pick up my bike and go from there. So I tried to push towards the end, but I was just tired, and I didn't want to take myself out or both of us if I got close to him. So we'll just ride in and save, and hopefully the next moto will get it done.
Wow, that does not sound like a C rider. Normally we just crash into people and whatever happens, happens. I was one of those guys, so you're much smarter than I am. That's why you're up here. 4-2 moto scores. Going to try to better that by one position next time around?
Yes, my goal is I had it, and there's some little mistake, So next moto will be smarter, and we'll do it.
Still in the fight, Ryder. Who do you want to thank?
I want to thank my mom, my dad, my whole family, everybody from Hawaii that supports me to get over here and do this. Steel Core, Brian Medeiros, Ecolu Suspension, King's Excavation, Aloha Cycles, Maui Built, Players Caman, Honda World, and everybody else that's behind me. Thank you.
Congratulations. Second place finisher. How about it? It's Ryder Bell. And now we will bring up our Whole Shot Award winner, Moto winner, the number 31. Come on up here, Deegan Gale. Deegan got the Stasic Whole Shot Award, got the gold medal. There's that. You can hold that up. You can put that around your neck. Everybody's happy for you. It's the happiest place on earth. So tell me, you got ninth in that first moto. What happened there? We'll stand back here. We'll stand behind your bike. Give your bike some love. Let your sponsors get some love here. So tell me about that first moto where you got ninth.
Yeah, I got pretty close to last off the start, the first moto. And then went down twice and then worked my way up from way in the back to ninth. So it wasn't too bad, but I like this one a lot better.
I bet the result much better here as well. Tell me about this moto, first place. Any altercations like that?
Nothing. I don't know. This moto was pretty perfect overall. Whole shot, and then just was battling with that one kid. He went down in the 10 Commandments, and then after that I just held strong.
Now, do you guys watch any of the motos previous to this to try to see where the lines are, how the track's shaping up?
Yeah, I was actually watching the 125 moto not too long ago. Just watching all of their lines, and
that's how you do it. You got to get all the watch all the game film that you can. Who do you want to thank, Deegan?
Gel Racing, Mom, Dad, my sister, Devious Designs, and Kyle. And that's
just plain Kyle. Some guy named Kyle?
Yeah.
He knows who he is.
Yeah.
All right, let's give it up for Kyle. Let's give it up for Deegan Gale, ladies and gentlemen.